Oh yeah, how am I sounding today?
Sounding good, man. Sounds good. Got the right microphone on and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, cool. Well, hang back. Let me get an intro rolling here, and we will kick off. All right.
Yeah, yeah, give me one sec for something's not going right. Let me look at my mic. That's what it is. Oh, there we go. We're doing good.
All right.
Now we're good.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So, are you live broadcasting this, dude?
No, no, not at all. This is comes out
Okay.
after yours. You get exclusivity.
Okay. Cool. Cool. And are you putting together like a video slideshow to go with it?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I've
All
already
right.
got that ready and it's ready to go. That's why I said
All
I'm
right.
up.
All right. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, everybody, let's see here. We're gonna do some thought crimes.
Coming up next, more thought crimes from the Social Rejects Club on the Boiler Room, here on Alternate Current Radio.
All right, welcome everybody. You're listening to a Boiler Room special broadcast. I'm your host, my call sign's Hesher. Thank you for joining us today. This is a July the 28th broadcast out of Central Texas here, alternatecurrentradio.com. In conjunction with Sword Point 9. I got Kaiser from Sword Point 9 on the line today. Kaiser, how you doing, man?
Hey, hey, ho, ho. We got to love this show.
Yeah, that's right. So we did a gear show not too long ago. You and
Yep.
I, we did a 2-part knife episode. We're talking about edge tools and knives, and man, that was fun. We got a lot of people really digging that. Something outside of our normal, political horror shows that we could do over here. So we wanted to get together and do another one. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Kaiser from the Sword Point 9 YouTube channel over here with us. And today, Kaiser, what are we going to talk about? We're going to carry on our gear horror theme here and talk about some products.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about being a gear ho, yo. Hey, one thing I do have on the beginning, because I don't remember if I posted it or not, but the different blade grinds of the knife, just to clean that last 2 episodes up. I have the hollow grind put up, the flat saber grind, the full flat grind, the Covex Hemagru grind, zero grind, and the chisel point grind. And that's just to clean that last thing up. And I'm going to throw up my tools. And there we go. And we're going to. This is about boxes and bags today, and we might touch on a little clothing. Is that agreeable there, Hesh?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. So let's get this rocking.
Yeah, excellent. I provided you some pictures of some of my bags. I think I brought maybe 6 bags to the mix today.
I got
I
them.
didn't make it. All right, nice.
We're going to talk about different ways of attachment, too. Sling, classic wear, 2 straps, 1 strap, how to wear them, different options for those things. So let's get hot on this, because I'm looking so forward to this. This is going to stoke.
Yeah, me too. I know people in our Discord in the Guns and Gear channel have been talking about it too. So it was cool seeing other people's backpacks and stuff, throwing them up in there. So we got a channel for that in the Discord over there if you want to show off any of your gear, check out any of the stuff we're talking about.
Exactly, my brother. Exactly. So let's do you want to go, like, I'm going to throw my grouping up on the first, and you want to go that way, or you want your gear up first and we'll go that way?
Why don't you kick off, man?
All right, we're going to go tit for the tat on this. And so here's what we're going to do. I'll throw up my all gear. That was 3 bags. We'll get into that in more depth. One's the Eagle, and that's an old, excuse me, Becker Patrol Pack back in the day in the 80s when I first came in. Then the next one, we're going left to right on the pictures. Then the next one is going to be a Spec Ops Pack, which has a Safari. It's a tan brown color, Rhodesian type. Then I have my E2, which is it's an E&E bag made by Kifaru, which I know you're a big fan of. And then the bag on the far right, and that's the last bag. That bag is an H4, and that means Hazard 4. And I'm going to throw up right now your bags. Give me one sec, and I will pull it up, because you have an awesome set of bags. I'm trying to get all of your stuff right now. And I see... Okay. Oh. I think that's it. Nope, that's not it. I'm just going to have to scroll through it.
There'll be 6 of them lined up there.
There it is. I got them. Bang! And they go
right.
from slingers to classical type of backpacks. Well, one has a little... Actually, 2 of them have a little hidden issue, but we'll talk about that when it comes to it.
Yeah. So for that lineup there, if it's up on screen,
it's
that'll
on.
Be okay. So from left to right, that is the Kifaru rucksack, giant one on the left. I never use that. Funny story behind that. And then next to that is my Triple Aught Design EDC backpack. That one's gets a lot of mileage out of me. And then next to it is its little brother, which is the Triple Aught Design Lightspeed EDC pack. And then I've got an old Maxpedition sling, forget what that one's called, and then the Kifaru E&E pack, and then a very minimalist sling bag from Victos there.
Oh yeah, you have 2 sling bags in this shot, and that's chill. So go on and run with it.
Okay, yeah. So, well, I have had a rough relationship with sling bags. I don't usually like them. That Maxpedition one, the black one there, the 4th one in the list. I don't use that one much. It's an awesome pack too, and maybe it's just because I need to work out more and I'm not limber enough. But for me, it kind of sucks to have a bag even of that size and have it have substantial weight in it and have it only on one shoulder. That bothers me for anything more than just going from the car to the house or whatever. Like I wouldn't want to ruck around with that thing loaded out on one side because I'm not the Hulk yet. So I like that's why I like these Triple Aught Design backpacks. The smaller one's a 22 liter, and the bigger one's a 28 liter maybe. And they've got really nice internal. It's not a frame, it's just got a little placard back there that keeps it straight. And those are my favorite because they just really hug your back and they can give a nice amount of stuff in them. But these days, I used those a lot more when I was working and traveling a lot. But these days, I've got my ADC down to where I can do everything on body. Until they started adding gloves and masks and all this other shit. So I picked up that Victos there on the far right. And it's just a super minimalist, really small bag. It's enough for basically like a spare mag and some gloves and some tools. It's got some webbing inside, so you can throw a couple flashlights and knives in there and whatnot. And it's got a CCW area also in the back, so you can velcro your your EDC in there or a backup firearm or something like that. So that's just a really small one. So I'm experimenting with sling bags once again.
Oh yeah, we're good. I'm trying to bring this back to okay. So I got the Victos. That's a small bag.
Yeah.
And I had put another slinger up that was yours. Out of confusion, then I had to find yours. The one you were talking about. So
yeah, I was kind of running around between two of them there. There's the black Maxpedition, and then the black Multicam is the Victos.
Yeah, the Victos is Multicam. I have it up, and it's in nighttime camo. That camo actually is from Rhodesia. And, oh yeah, I bet you didn't know that. It's nighttime camo from Rhodesia during the Brush War. So that's a direct copy of that. The nice thing about that bag is real low key. The camo, nobody really notices. They just think you're carrying around some sort of gray bag, some sort of weird thing. And you can put a lot in that bag. And I understand what you mean. Here's the problem with sling bags. I try to tell people this, and I say the same thing if you're carrying a load-bearing a belt, where you have the load-bearing kit suspenders. The one problem with that is anybody who comes up behind you now has a tool to control you through that cross sling. It's like the old Sam Brown belts. This happened in the 80s. As a military policeman, I can't tell you how many times somebody grabbed a hold of that belt, and once they control your neck, they control you. And that's a fact. And so, but it is a good way to carry as long as you don't carry it cross body, which is the way they're designed, unfortunately. And that causes a lot of back problems if you overload and you just sling it over a shoulder, which is the way it's really intended. Your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I agree. And that's the problem with the all-black Maxpedition one. It's really nice. I really like it as a bag. It's like indestructible. And it's got like a 3-point thing, so you sling it cross body like that, and then it has a little clip, that goes under your other arm. So you can really like snug that sucker up to you, and you can put a good amount of stuff in it. But if it's big enough that if you fully load it out, you're not going to go far with it. And if you got to move quickly, it's uncomfortable. So that's the problem with those. That's basically, you got to run it like the old backpack at school days, just hold it over one shoulder, and I don't know. Yeah, it's not good. That's my problem with sling bags in general. There's those two problems. One that you mentioned, the vulnerability, and then your spinal work. So I definitely recommend if for me personally, and if I'm going anything bigger than what I could fit in that little ass Victos, it needs to go in either that Kifaru E&E bag, the small one, or the Triple Lot Design Lightspeed EDC bag, which is the 22-liter one there. Sage.
And I have the Kifaru E&E bag. It's just a later version of it that you have up. So that I'm giving you confirmation. I agree on that because both of them can be quick released. You also can get different straps for them. And that's something... Kifaru, by the way, for folks that don't know, Mountainsmith. I can't remember his first name anymore. It's been so long since I met him. He used to design gear for climbing. A lot of you climbers, like Natural, will understand that there were these waist bags where you could put 2 canteens in, your chalk bag, and it would be all in the back. It was like an ass pack in the military, but it was always brightly colored. Well, he didn't want to lose the liberals, believe this or not, even though where he lives, I believe, I'm not going to say where he lives. Anyways, even though where he lives, he didn't want his business to take a hit when he started supplying the U.S. military. And that's how Kifaru became a product. And like you said, with that bag that you're talking about, the Maxpedition, that is the most copied bag in the world because it is very well designed. That's a hip stabilizer. It's supposed to go around your waist. And the problem is people, because of the design, it goes cross body, they don't realize you can still hit it on the right side. It's just going to oblong you. and that will cause back problems long term if you overpack it. And your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, back problems aren't worth it. If you're in your 20s and you're super spry, yeah, go for it. One of these might be a good option for you, but don't bother loading out one of those if you're any older than 29, and just get used to having a nice backpack anyways. There's so many really cool companies that are doing innovative stuff with backpacks right now, all the way from urban to tactical and crossover, that there's no reason to load your spine up in a way that is irregular. It's already hard enough to do that compression on your spine, so you may as well have it going straight down instead of oblonging, putting pressure on your discs and all that junk.
And I'm in complete concurrence with that. I love how I displayed your E&E bag and your Maxpedition bag, and you brought them both together so perfectly. The E2,
Good timing.
Yeah, exactly. The E&E bag has some advantages. If you use the basic straps, they're going to handle you in good stead on both those bags. And you can add straps on the Maxpeditions. Even there's something called a Fat Boy slinger. That's like we call it a purse in what I do. And that's why my tagline is hit it with your purse, because we load that damn thing up with sat phones, GPSs, all kinds of heavyweight stuff. And don't think you can't knock somebody out with that damn purse. That's why I say hit it with your purse. That bag by itself can sustain you. It's a good bag to have in your car, even if you're older. But my suggestion, Hesh, please correct me if I say anything wrong. Basic survival gear, a water bottle. It doesn't have to be full unless you need it to be full. You can keep some water in your vehicle to fill it up. Second thing is your sunglasses if you're operating in bright sunlight or snow areas. Matches, basic stuff that you're going to need. Or a lighter, mini lighters. There's just so much you can put in there, and it still comes in under maybe, I don't know, you can do one in under 20 pounds, and that's no weight. Your back can carry that all day, every day, forever. And your thoughts, brother?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's exactly right, and that's kind of how I look at a lot of these Maxpedition bags. The sling one that I have here, I think it's called a Sikaroo or something like that. I'm probably off a little bit.
It's
but
a
it has
Sitka.
Yeah, Sitka. There you go. Thank you. That's the Sitka sling bag, and that's a perfect bag for that kind of stuff. That you could easily pack 20 pounds of gear in there. That bag is perfect for a truck bag or a car bag. It's got a Velcro back area for you can put extra magazine cards back there, and you can even put a pistol back there. They have those Velcro backup holsters that go into the back of these Maxpeditions, so you can have a backup pistol in there, and you can have your medical gear and your fire kit and your road gear and a pair of gloves and a hoodie, like just basically your emergency kit, your 12-hour get home kit or whatever you want to call it. So it's perfect for that. Just don't go and you can, and same with the Fat Boy. Fat Boy is perfect for that. Fat Boy's a perfect camera bag or lightweight range bag if you're having pistol day. Like, those are great uses for these over the shoulder things.
I'm in perfect agreement with you. I'll tell you a couple items that I always plug because I think they're awesome. One is Titan Survival. Not only do they make the best survival cord, 550 cord, it has the cord itself, the cordage, It has a copper wire in it and a fire starting wire in it. But the other things that I talk about all the time is Exotech. And Exotech has what they call a match cap, which is for carrying larger matches. You want to get the large capacity, and that way you can put your UCO matches in there, and they're waterproofed. They also have the Nano Spark, and there's lots of products that they do push out, and I'll get into a couple smaller things since we're talking about small gear now, to try to make everything small. They have a fire sleeve. Now, folks, one thing about it is you can put a big lighter in there. That's how it's designed. There's a little cutout where you can lock down. You know, when you're holding a big lighter trying to start a fire for a long time, you lock that out with that little tab, and you flick it, and that thing, you can hold it in your hand for hours. It's not going to blow up in your hand, but you can start a fire longer than you would naturally would be able to hold it, because that will get so hot. Okay, that's real deal. I always pushed something called an it was called an artifact. Well, and it was made by Gerber. Now they have a Prybrid X, and it was because the artifacts were coming back on people's thumbs, so that's why they intended to make that. And the Defender, which is a large tether, so you can put whatever you don't want to lose. All these things I'm talking about have points where you can tether them. So now you can have that. Just use the S Biner, which is made by Cat
Night Ice,
right?
Night
Ice, yeah. I was gonna say Cat Eyes. Thanks, brother. You saved me on that one. But yeah, you can use an S Biner, and you can put all these items on there. And it was stuff that I wanted to cover earlier. There's a really excellent item that they make, and I'm trying to find. I put all this shit up so I could pull it out during this show, and of course, the last thing that I know is there is now sticking to my speaker, my Harman Kardon. Shit. Anyways, whatever, brother. It is what it is. There's lots of things you can do. The only limit is what you do. And whenever you do buy a Bic lighter, try to get it in earth tones. So if you drop it, it's less noticeable. Also, take off. Okay, Hesher, I'm going to probably violate some rules here, but I got to tell people that safety thing, that little damn metallic thing that runs down it, it takes nothing more than your pocket knife and pop that fucking thing away, because you don't need it. Anyway, sorry about that.
Yeah, you don't need that thing. The best, I use my my Gerber multi-tool with the small flat edge screwdriver. I just wiggle that sucker in there and pry it right off every time. A lighter will never be used in my house that has one of those.
Exactly, because it's retarded. They did that.
They are.
Yeah. They did that for these people that were doing what we see in Portland, to try to stem that bullshit and whatever. So, okay, so we got the E&E bag. I posted a video on my old channel, TheSword.9, on how to pack it and different things we can put into it. We'll cover that maybe at the end, because we're very limited on time tonight, and I'm very thankful that Hesher's here. So let's just run through some of the bags, and we can go back to the E&E bag. There is the E&E bag I do have a video on. I posted it on the Discord, and most people who know me have seen it.
I watched that one on your channel, man. That was cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can have everything you need for long-term survival in a bag that weighs maybe 20 kilos. Maybe. Mm-hmm. And that's my thoughts. Your thoughts, brother?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That E&E bag is great. It is so cool. And when I bought that, I bought it along with the giant rucksack. That they're the same color in the picture, but they're separated by 3 bags. But you can actually attach that one to the giant rucksack. So, I mean, if you're a rucker, or you could really fit a crazy amount of stuff in there, and have your E&E pack clipped to the outside of your ruck pack, so that you could ditch the ruck pack and go high speed with just your E&E pack. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool setup.
Indeed. Light is best. I think we talked about it on the show we did on knives.
Yeah.
Several things you want attached to your belt. A way for shelter, a poncho. And that's easy to do on your belt. Like I said, there's lots of options out there. Matter of fact, Titan makes an emergency sleeping bag. And they also have, what do you call them? Space blankets. So you can keep those in your pockets. Everybody thinks you have to go large to do something. You have to spend a little money, but I'd say, and you correct me if you think I'm wrong, Hesher, I'd say for under $200, a person could have everything in their pockets, barring, let me rephrase that, barring pressure bandages and tourniquets. You could have everything in your pockets you need for under $200. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. And it's a bit of a gear whore rabbit hole out there, because when you start trying to build something like that, like that on body carry, or that the mythical perfect EDC bag, everyday bag that's gonna satisfy every dang situation you could possibly think of. It's easy to get into this rabbit hole of like product hunting and saying, oh, well, I could upgrade to this, and then it turns into all of a sudden you're spending $600, and it's like you could have got away with it for $200 if you would have just gone lighter weight and a little more minimalist, and that's probably the best place to start, I would say. But yeah, and if you're right though, if you want to add a real, honest to God, individual first aid kit, I've just spent a ton of hours trying to figure out that whole rabbit hole. And you can go cheap with that stuff, but you shouldn't if you really want to build a good IFAC, and it's going to cost you about between $150 and $200 probably to have a good one for yourself, or one other person. And if you got to have enough for a whole family, it's going to cost you, about
$600.
Yeah, exactly.
You need something for a sucking chest wound if you don't know how to improvise from the plastic on some of the items. You're gonna need different things, but I mean that's a whole nother show on medics, medic problems. The basics are you have cat tourniquets. I know a lot of people aren't going to like this. There's also I have several of them. One's like a wrap tourniquet, and you can also do it as a band to stop snake bite from getting up your leg and killing you and buy you time. You can also, with another type, cut off all the blood and do the same thing, and it looks like a T. For some reason it starts with an M. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a good tool. Then you have, I hate to say this because a lot of people will push back, the Israeli pressure bandage. Folks, I don't care your thought process, that is probably one of the best pressure bandages made, besides the old U.S. Army pressure bandage from the 80s. And that's secondary to the Israeli one because they made it a little better. But both of those will serve you well. You can find them on the surplus market. Just look for them. And then the other thing that I'll say is a coagulant. something like you can find numerous types. Some powder, some that are a sponge, some that are a Band-Aid. What you need to look for is no burn, and here's the reason. You may save your leg or your arm or whatever you just stopped from bleeding, but when, let me just make this very clear. When why am I mind dumping the name of it? It's called it'll come to me. Anyways, there was a product they put out and it was burning. Well, the problem was it was killing the tissue, so they still had to amputate. And that was in the beginning of Afghanistan and Iraq. I think it wasn't until like 2007 that they came out with the no burn. And that was called Quick Clot. Quick Clot was the brand name of it. And it was by Z-Medica. Z-Medica makes a lot of good products. But don't get the burn type for Quick Clot. Get the no burn. It'll have like a little snowflake on it. I know we hate snowflakes, but on this it actually means it's not going to burn you, because they still might have to amputate. And go on, brother man.
Yeah, folks, North American Rescue is probably the best place to go online if you are building any first aid kits like that. They've got a really good reputation, and they're one of the few that are usually in stock. They seem to be the main supplier for a lot of the other resellers out there on the internet. They have a great YouTube channel also, and yeah, definitely. That's important stuff. And you don't want to get any of that old. I mean, surplus Israeli bandages are good, but you don't want any surplus like pre-Quick Clot stuff.
Exactly. When Quick Clot came out, it was awesome. It was saving people's lives. It'll stop arterial bleeds. If you have shell allergies, the old stuff, it could kill you. But see, military members are all marked with their allergies on their dog tags. But the thing is, it also had a burn effect. Now that's not an issue. So Quick Clot now, if you buy it, it's going to be fine. Just make sure you see that snowflake. I would never tell you to look for that snowflake label anywhere else but there. And that's my thought, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
and that's another thing people should get trained on if they have no experience. There's some great training courses out there to do that kind of stuff, that simple individual first aid stuff. That because a lot of these things inside these IFAC kits you wouldn't know what to do with if you were just presented with it without having at least a little bit of training.
Oh yeah. Make sure, one thing I will say everybody should carry, at least in your boot. It's an old school trick, and it does two purposes. The old EMT shears, they sell smaller ones, but put them in your boot, and the reason for that is, and I'm going to be very frank with you, it's good for cutting, trousers away, shirts away, whatever, to look at somebody or yourself if you're damaged. But the best reason is if you go underwater, if you go down in an aircraft, it's on fire, it'll cut your belts with the quickness. And people call them penny cutters, but they are EMT shears, and I would suggest everybody at least have that. And that's like a $2 thing. You can find them in flea markets. A lot of this stuff you can find in flea markets now. So don't think we're talking high dollar and long term. You have to buy it all at once. Collect it. It's not like you're under stress. Your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. Like here, I'm looking at North American Rescue right now, which is narescue.com. You can get a first aid kit resupply kit for $55 there, and this comes with a Gen 4 cat tourniquet, a S-rolled combat gauze, which is, I believe, impregnated with some of that stuff we're talking about.
Yep.
And it's got the high fin chest seals and nitrite gloves, and then just add the scissors to that and throw it in a freezer bag and throw that in your backpack, and boom, you got an IFAK there for $55 instead of $150.
Exactly, and there's something called Burn Free, I believe it's called. I have one, but it's in my bag already packed. It's if a fire happens. It's the one way that I've seen that will stop, drop, and roll sounds really cool, but there's always, you got to remember how your legs work. If it happens at your legs, it won't work. You're not going to beat that fire out, so you're going to sustain some damage. But that will actually really work. But you have to make sure it doesn't lose its moisture. You have to protect it. They have blankets that you can do burn stop, burn free, something like that. I can't remember. Man, I wish I would have taken a picture of that now. We're going down this whole medical rabbit hole, so let's go back to the bags.
We better
we got
the brakes
no
here,
time.
man.
Yeah, we got no time. But okay, so let's go with here's something I found. And when I found them, of course, that's where I got the Becker Patrol Pack. And it was because I found 2 bags, and I'm spinning them through my thing right now. You're seeing the Becker Patrol Pack and the H4 there. That I just, there it is, 2 bag. That's how I labeled it. One's a Camelback, and that one I got issued when I worked for Homeland Security. Because of what I did there. And that's on the upper side of the screen. I believe I shared that with you, Hesher. And then on the bottom with the shuff on it, my last name, that's the Becker Patrol Pack. And they're both in olive green. Like I said, you can look not tactical, and I like to say it that way, tactical. No, you don't have to look tactical. You can still be low profile, carrying something that will work. Your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, man. I am not a very low profile looking person in the first place, so if I throw some tactical or some tactical on, I don't really give a fuck. That's my personal my personal feeling on it, but
cool.
That's a very individual sort of thing, and I even change my mind on that based on situation, So,
right.
Yeah, it just depends, and there's a whole lean right now into the gray man philosophies, which pretty much every bag I've put up here does not really fall into the gray man look, because when you got Molly straps all over your shit and camouflage, it's kind of a no duh that somebody in the know might think, hey, that guy might be armed. But on the other hand, the fashion of tactical has really exploded, and just in general as a population here in the United States, it just kind of goes along with the change in mindset to people being more Second Amendment friendly, people more constitutional, and that just happens to be the realm in which all of the good R&D and testing has happened, is in the military realm. So that's why I really lean towards companies like Triple Lot Design and Victos and Kifaru, because these things are field tested, and these companies are like boutique American companies using American materials to come up with something that is actually designed for both tactical and urban usage. I mean, this triple lot design bag I've used it as an IT bag, no problem. I can transfer this thing from an IT bag into a hiking bag, into a beach bag, into a range bag. And it's super modular. They've got all these different additions that you can put on it, and pouches and stuff like that. Like I can take that outer transport tail off of that backpack, strap it to the inside, and use it as a laptop pocket. Or I can flip it down and use it as a transport for a rifle if I'm going to the range. So that's the beauty to me of the sort of melding of urban everyday carry and tactical everyday carry, because there are now companies like Triple Lot Design and Victos and Hazard, and you've got an H4 in there, and a number of others out there that have really got it down. Like they've got this down to a science, and they've given us options now that are so modular that we can customize a pack to any purpose that we need.
And they're low key, brother. You're exactly right.
Yeah, you can make them real low key.
On the right hand side of my page, that's the Triple Lot design he's talking about. Before Triple Lot Design came out with that, there was an absolutely excellent bag that, well, a couple of them from London Bridge, but we're getting them from England. England really pushed, and I didn't put any of my London Bridge up. And the point is, these are things. And notice the color on yours, Hesh. I'll throw something up right now, real quick, to make you understand what I mean, or not make you, but to help you understand what I mean. I think I want to make sure it's correct, but here's what I mean by using different colors. When I pull it up, there it is. Okay, on the right hand side of this picture I just put up is an Expedition, and what they did was they used foliage green. Now that foliage green is what Hesher's bag color is, and this is an actual bag that was used in a war zone. Matter of fact, I took this bag, or took this picture when I got back from Afghanistan in 2015. It had my rifle, my pistol. I think I shared it. Those in the know on Bullet Room and ACR have seen this ad infinitum, and they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, dork." That's okay, because I'm a gear queer. You guys knew that.
Yep. Gear whores.
There you go,
Gear
baby.
Whores Anonymous.
There you go. This is what was it? Anyways, I was trying to think of an Alcoholics Anonymous thing, but anyways, it's not working.
Like a hi, my name's Hesher and I'm a gear whore.
Yeah, hi, my name's Shuff. I'm a gear whore like a motherfucker. So that's the funny shit we talk about. The important thing, though, the more important thing is that we're honest. And now you see like a grayish green. So you have the foliage green, and it's the old, it's a mix mash. And then you see at the bottom of it, there's the weight on that, and it's thinner. That, believe it or not, it's thinner than the knee bag from Kifaru. And but it's higher, so you can carry a lot of shit on that. And you don't have to put, I had the hoo-ah patches on it because I was working with the hoo-ah people. They needed to see me at night. You don't need to always. Patches are good, and you've seen it on this picture. Actually, I have my larger box, Hesh. I know you know what I'm talking about, where it has my Marine Corps picture, my Homeland picture, and my first army picture patches on a smaller bag.
Yep,
That shit,
I see that.
that shit's Velcro. It comes off. If I'm doing something for real, a matter of fact, that bag you saw me in front of a certain school in Berlin. So, but that patch is a German, or that bag is a German bag. And I got it presented to me, and it carried something that, honestly, as an American, if I got caught carrying that thing in that bag, I would have went to prison. So, but my bros, yeah, my bros wanted me to be safe. So, but that was 2012. Statutes run. Fuck them. Eat a dick.
All right,
brother. So
yeah, I do love those. I do love those patch panel fields, man. I am definitely a fan.
Of course, brother. You describe the next item, and I will put it up. It's your turn now, because I've been hogging the Horin, and I just can't hog the Horin.
Well, let's see here. Which one are you interested in, man? If you go back to that picture of mine there, tell me which one you want to hear about.
I want to hear about all of them. So
all right.
I just got to find them, because we're not.
Okay, well, let's look at the two that are foliage green, my two triple lot design ones. I kind of already gave a bit of a plug for these, but I'll point out here. Go for the larger one if you would. If you could bring that one up, it's got.
I got your 3-day up, and I got your small.
Yeah.
With the left side showing the pockets.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, all right, great. So those are the two sizes of the Triple Lot Designs EDC pack. The larger one has two side pockets that are big enough for quite a lot of dump. You can put your water bottle in one of them. It'll take a pretty big Nalgene in one side. It may not zip shut, but that doesn't matter. And those are great. I really like those. And it's just basically, they have a new version of that one. It's full clamshell. I've got the transport tail up over the front of it, so you can't really see, but there's a pouch under there on the front, and it's a 3/4 drop down for the main compartment there. And it's got an admin panel up at the top with the hook and loop Velcro area for your patches and whatnot. And that one's got the strapping on that is great. Like the load distribution on that thing is fantastic, and it's loaded with features. I'd bore everybody if I went into all the different pockets and stuff like that, but it's really well thought out and super comfortable, and you can really load that. The problem I've had with so many packs over the years is they can hold a ton of shit, but once you've got a ton of shit in them, they're no longer comfortable. They're like sagging, and all the weight's like poking you in the lower back, and that's been the downfall of so many bags that I've used over the years. But these ones, they don't do that. They've got really good. They just cling to the body really, really well. So put a laptop in them, or you can, like I said earlier, you can make them a tech bag. You can make them a messenger bag. Anything you need to do, pretty much. They're wonderful, and they're super modular. That's another thing with Triple Out Design. One of the reasons I like them is the backpack itself is basically just like a canvas for you to work on, so that on the smaller version of it, on the light speed, that doesn't have the two side pockets, but it's got those 3 pouches on the side of it. Those are two different. Like I set that up to be. What did I set this one up for? It was a tech bag at first, but then it changed to more of a overnight bag. So I've got like chargers and extra batteries and other stuff in the side things, so I don't have to go into my bag to charge something up or battery something up. And then it's got this whole admin thing on the front. Those are all additions that I put on there. I bought those all separately, and they they like Molly weave into the straps on it, and that whole front one flips down to another admin pouch, so you can put your fire kit or your medical or whatever in there, or your flashlights, whatnot. You can fit a lot of stuff in there, and they're just really cool. They're bomb proof, they're Cordura, they're made in the USA. They're not cheap. None of this stuff is cheap, but that's just what it costs to get something that's not mass produced. And that's kind of, I guess, the nice thing about Maxpedition and 511. Those are relatively inexpensive compared to some of the more boutique made in America places like Hazard 4 and like Triple Lot Design, so that's a factor, definitely. But Spore and I actually have known a lot of people that work at Triple Lot Design. We used to hang out at their store, so we're maybe a little bit biased, but I don't think so. I mean, the only reason we hung out there is because we've been using their gear so much, and they were local to us. So, shout out to Tad out there. I don't mean to make this a big commercial for them, but they make good shit.
Hell, make it a commercial, brother. Look, I'm telling you, man, Triple Lot Design, their stuff is almost London Bridge cool. Actually,
Yeah.
it is. It's not almost. Let me rephrase that. I clumsily worded it. And the reason for that is I'm about to point out. The straps they use, I can see it just from the pictures, and you see the same picture I'm seeing on my page. You can use Alice clips, Mollies, Grimlocks. Grimlocks, a lot of people don't even know about.
Those are so handy.
I know, they're handy as a pocket on a shirt, brother. And
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with the bag, and it's not tactical or tactical, like you said earlier. As long as and it's still foliage and a little darker green. You have to remember, when I came in, it was all olive green. And I'm kind of old school, so I keep it that way. But foliage green is not a bad color. What was fucked up was the way the military inflected that into an outfit. And that's something we should cover, because we were asked to cover it on the channel after we're done, is about clothing. It should be the same as your backpack. Something durable. Something that has reinforced knees, elbows. Like we were talking about with the E&E kit. It's so funny to me. The basic straps that came with it, you have to cut off to put the new straps on that are reinforced, like what you're seeing on Hesher's bag. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to make you buy, and that's Mountainsmith. And I'm a big fan of Kifaru, but that was one thing he shouldn't have done. He'll probably send me an email over that, but I've already told him about this years ago when I got mine. Dude, I got my Kifaru E2 in 2009. It didn't cost me a flippin' dime.
Oh, man.
And that's the whole thing, man. I did a whole rant on my The Sword Point 9 about experts, and also about, when I was saying it, you don't know where they're trying to sell you gear, who they're getting funded by. You guys don't get funded by anybody but Accident Labs. And their product, Jesus, thank you for letting me know. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I hope Smokestacks listen. Echo 25 ECLP. This stuff, I didn't really have to use any other product on my knives. Didn't have to use them on my guns. This stuff is the bomb-ass diggy-riggy.
Yeah.
And there you go. I mean, you guys can think I'm trying to suck up to him. No. I would not put my name, and I know Hesher wouldn't, and I know Spore wouldn't, or nobody on this channel. And I'm sure many have tried this product, And their other products, my God, my lever action with that grease, I was having problems, hiccups with the lever, bringing the next bullet up, until I was able to focus it with their syringe with that grease.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's a lot you can do, folks. So, anyways, that's
and we just uploaded an episode with Smokestack too. So
yep.
We're not just shamelessly plugging here. We're buds with Smokestack, and the extant material is awesome. It's actually innovative. I mean, if it was just a random advertiser, like we have the advertising turned on our Spreaker channel as a whole. So sometimes there's like a mainstream ad between, shows or whatever, and they give us like, 1/4 of a penny for one of those that people have to listen to, unfortunately, and that helps us stay on air. But, I would never plug something the way we do extant, unless it was something we really used. And man, their stuff is great. So if anyone's interested in any sportsmen, bicyclists, people that have knives, firearms, or rod and reel hobbies, check out that episode. It's called Slippery Science in the Boiler Room, or Slippery Science with Extant Labs, I think. It's a cool episode, and you get to know Smokestack a little bit better on that show too, and he'll be joining us in the Boiler Room again soon too. So anyways, that stuff is awesome, man.
Yeah, well, one thing I said, I'll try it. That's what I said. I'm gonna try it. And when I was able to order it, I ordered it. And you guys did not mislead me. And I don't think anybody I've seen in the Boiler Room have a complaint.
It's good stuff.
It is. It's the best. Anyway, so let's move on. We're getting into the medical thing, but I'm sorry, I can't not shill something that I actually believe in. So
it's easy to rabbit hole on, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I've got your ruck, and that's what I call it, where your AR's up in the back.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Also I meshed it with your K, which is your big Kifaroo. And of course you'll see that ruck right next to it.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm gonna grab a copy of that. Let me save this image preview.
Cool.
So I can throw it in the Discord for people, because people are listening over there in the Boiler Room Social Reject Club Discord. Thank you, folks, over there in the Discord and out there.
Well, we love our Discord because they're awesome. I'm in a Discord. I'm nobody but you guys. I'm not anything special. I just have been blessed that Hesher and Spore want to hear what I have to say.
Well, this is good fun for us, man, and it's a great break from
the bullshit.
The bullshit out there, man. So much bullshit going on. Okay, let's see. Dang it, where did I save that? Okay, there we go. Opening that. I'm just keeping these in the. Apologies to anyone in the web chat. I'm keeping these in the Discord, just because. Okay, so I just dropped a picture of my Triple Out Design EDC pack into the Discord general chat there, and that's for range day right there. That's what it would look like on range day. And then there's two straps that go over the top of your long gun to hold it down to the pack. So that's really useful. That all that transport tail just flips down, and you can use it that way. And then there's a couple.
And it can be
straps to hold it down. Yeah,
and it can also be, when it's upraised, it can be your admin pouch or an addendum to it.
Right. That place where the butt stock of my rifle goes, I can actually stuff a windbreaker in there or another med kit or whatever.
Yes. And people don't understand. This stuff's like Transformers. Turn yourself into a damn Transformer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No kidding. No, that I really like that transport tail, and it's removable. You can take it off if you want to have more of a gray man naked look to the front of your pack. Take that tactical look and transport tail off, and you can move it inside the pack. Use it to hold the laptop down. They're pretty cool. Again, they're not cheap. None of these are cheap. And if you're on a budget, there's no shame in rocking a JanSport backpack. It took me years and years to get to the point where I could even have dreamed of purchasing some of these things. But I've been doing it for a long time. So, and then, I just put in a picture of my giant Kifaru rucksack in there in the Discord chat. And it's sitting next to that one that we just showed, which is my Triple Out Design EC pack. So you can kind of see half of it just to get a scale. I don't even know how many liters this thing holds, Kaiser. I should have fully packed it out because I've got it actually the top kind of rolled down there.
I think it's the size of a Marine Corps, actually. It's the size of the Marine Corps Major Bergen.
Okay, yeah.
Is
I think you
how
could
big
rock
it is.
like 8. You could rock like 80 pounds in there or something. Probably.
Easily. Probably 120. Yeah.
Yeah, probably 120. And I think I'll make a short version of it because I think I said this on one of the previous shows. But I bought that in 2005. It was one of the first non-Oakley bags that I ever bought. Like I was pretty dedicated to Oakley, and then I found Kifaru, and I got that giant rucksack and the E&E together, and this was in 2005. And
that's when I bought my E&E. Nice.
Yeah. So I got that to go on a long work travel trip. I was going to be gone for a week and a half, and it was the first time I'd ever done that for work. And I thought, okay, well, I'll get this bag. This will be perfect. And I overpacked so bad, man. And I had to do way more moving around with that pack than I thought I was going to. And it was horrible. It was the worst, one of my worst travel decisions ever. It was the reason why I was like, okay, I need to learn how to travel efficiently and lightly. So I've kept this bag because I know if I ever had to ruck, I can. But I don't use it for anything. I never have since that one really bad experience. But that E&E bag that came with it, I use that all the time. So it was kind of a neat experience to get beat down by a rucksack and overpacking because of ignorance and newbiness, and now be to the point where I can carry like that little Victos sling or that E&E bag or nothing, no bag, and just on my belt and in my pants have everything I need.
The funniest thing, Hush, I love what you just said. You said newbiness. No, if you have the space in your bag, you're gonna fill it. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, you're gonna fill it.
I had so much shit in there, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's what I did. I went on the USS Tarawa for a work trip, and I was on it for like 5 days, I think, and then I had another few days on land I had to do, and so I had to take that thing up and down ladders on a ship. And I had that was the worst. Like waiting in line to get on it, waiting in line to get off, going up and down ladders with it, feeling just ridiculous. That I'd overpacked this thing, and watching people come on and off with a light sling bag, just feeling like a total dunce.
No, it's up and down the brow too, going on and off the ship. I do know what you're talking about because Tarawa was in our combat group when I was in San Diego, and we
left out of San Diego.
Yeah, I was on the USS Denver for a what they call it. It was a when I got shellbacked. It was the we did a. I'm trying to remember. I got shellbacked. It was a rim pack. That's when I got shellbacked. It's the rim of the Pacific. And then you also did a West pack. And that's the truth. And that was before the Gulf War, brother. That was before my war. And that's the
Wow.
thing. That's the thing that I try to tell everybody. You know, when I left, it makes me laugh all the time, because when I left America, I was a 17-year-old kid.
Yep.
And by the time I got to war, I was 21, 22. I had some seasoning behind me. And truth. And that's, anyways, whatever. Fuck that. Let's get back to gear.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, I guess that's my story with that giant Kiffery bag there, folks.
I get it.
Learn how to pack efficiently, and embrace minimalism when traveling when you can. But it's all about what you're planning for, and best and worst case scenarios, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's my story there with that giant Kiffery. Sometimes I think about selling it on eBay or something, because God forbid I ever have to fill that. I don't want to live in a world where I have to fill that thing up and walk very far, man.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you can ever avoid it, and this gets into gear hoarding and gear being a gear whore, never sell anything.
Yeah.
One day you're going to have to buy a Conex, and we're going to go to the Conex, and we're going to get to the boxes now.
All right.
All right. So here we go. There's a Conex, and there's a box. And I'll wait till you're able to see. And
Are we looking at the big wide picture of the Conex there with the flag and everything? Or
Yep.
are we looking at the box that's opened
the
up?
box is opened. That's my small box, by the way. That
Okay.
box lives above my footlocker. And I didn't take pictures of my footlocker. Footlockers. Let me be plural about it. Everything else is pretty much, gone. But yeah, man. Here's the thing I try to tell people. Memories. I said this one day, and this dude, this asshole, man, I knew who he was. He was an ODA guy, and me and him have always been friends, and we're still going to be friends. But he's like, I said, when my Glock magazine, or when my Glock barrel blew out all the shit, I said, it's in a museum. He goes, what museum? I said, mine. And, because I put 1 million rounds through Glock knows I did that. And they sent me a new barrel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I was keyholing shots, dude. They were coming out of the barrel and going whatever the fuck they wanted. And and that's the whole deal, man. I mean, it's all ego for some people, I think. The box on the left. On the left of that flag. That box has a lot of crock pottery. This is the picture I took before I sent the box back. It's coming back, by the way, because I now have to help start a school. That job's canceled at this point. I don't know what it'll look like when I get it back, although I put bracing up. If you guys ever want to know how to pack, this is how to pack a Conex box. And remember,
we're looking at it in the Discord too, right? So I just dropped a picture
Cool.
of it in there, and it looks like you've got it set up almost like a studio apartment. Like all of the stuff is up against the walls, pretty much, and then you've got an area in the middle here with some items.
a walkway, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a 2x4, a full-length 2x4. Here's the thing. Giorgio's, I'm sure you've listened to some of my shows, some of you. Maybe not. Giorgio's Pardos. His uncle believe this or not, is the guy who invented Conex Boxes. And his
Really?
name was Onassis. Yeah. His name was Onassis. Notice the name. And all you had to do was take a certain height of those things, cut it at an angle, and it'll keep everything secure. So I'm curious as to how it comes back. When it comes back, I'll send you the picture of that.
Yeah, I want to see a report back on how that went.
Yeah. Well, they usually come back fine. But you see, some of the stuff, this is before I left, or was supposed to leave. Let me rephrase that. That was March 13th. When it comes back, man, I'll probably have to buy a new globe for the Coleman. I'll probably have to do a few ancillary things to replace things. But that's just life. Or it could go into the ocean. All that shit, because I was already told it's going back. It's kind of amazing how life works. Anyways, the thing is when you send things out, use boxes. And it's an old school thing that a lot of you guys don't understand what a bag man is and what a box man is. It's the same thing. You live out of a box or a bag. In the U.S., it means a different thing. I understand what that means. But my first mentor into this gig, into this world, was you're going to live out of a box or a box or a bag. And notice there's a lot of those little rhino boxes. And they all have addresses coming right back to my house. The thing is, he's like, you're going to live out of a box or a bag and maybe live in a tent or a chew. Chew is a small little, container with windows and a door. Trying to explain it to the people that don't know. But that's your reality. And
when you're running a Connex box around the world like you are, you've got all of it, right? You've got all those things. You've got all the boxes, all the bags, and all the shelters and everything in there, and then you load out of there as you need, right? That's the whole concept.
Yes, and if there's a problem, I have a wife that can ship me whatever I need.
Ah, okay. Cool.
She's my logistician.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah. I'll tell her where to look, and it'll come. Unless it's a country that has unreliable shipping.
Uh-huh. So, so we've seen the picture of, the wider picture of the Connex, and then you've got an example of a box that you live out of here. You've got this box that's open, and it's got a pouch with the 3 patches you mentioned earlier, and some bags inside of it. So we've gone from, the big box to an example of the smaller box, and then, all of your bags that you have access to in there also. We can see some of your, base layers and clothing, outerwear and stuff up there on the wall. You got like a makeshift sort of closet area. It's pretty cool. So then you get into the boxes, and what's going on in this example box you have here that's open?
Well, this example box is my filled box. It's a very small box. It has marking yellow. Notice on the left. Let me go left, upper, right. Or left, up. And we'll move right. Upper.
Okay.
I have matches, which anybody can buy, UCOs. I have not just marking tape, which you tie, but I also have, and it's in orange. That's why it's an orange box. Or, well, It's not really an orange box, but you see more orange on it. I have orange electrical tape. And then in there I have some fire starting gear. Moving right from the top. I have different gear. Those, like on the last time we were talking, that's where you would see my normal, like the, you said it earlier, eyes. Where that one cat eyes, I wanted to say, and you said no, it's something else.
Night eyes.
Night eyes. That's where that thing lives, and a bunch of other things. Then your bag that you have, I don't know. I think that's my E-tool on the right, under the barrel, and the heat shield. I think, well, you see the shears, but that bag is a copy. Can't think of the name of the company, but it's a copy of what you have from Maxpedition. That small bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. And it just has Mr. Because I have that tattoo, a Mr. DP, which is Dangerous Places. And you have a mini frigo. Those who aren't Italian means I don't care or I don't give a fuck, depending on where you come from. And in mini frigo, in where my father's from, in Sicilia, means I don't give a fuck. And then my name on the bottom.
Hey, Kaiser.
Do we got to back up? Close out?
No, not yet. But I want you to tell the listeners what a Connex box is, because there's a lot of listeners who may not even know what that term means. So can you tell us, just generally speaking, what that is and what it's used for?
Oh, yeah. It's for shipping things internationally, so that when customs in any country want to inspect it, they can go through it. Shit, I may not get everything back. That's happened before. Once they pull it off at the port, if you're there to retrieve it, they'll pull it off. Otherwise, they'll send it back and you'll get billed for it. It's not free. It's not like getting sent back home from traveling overseas if you get denied entry. But that box is what you will get, and you have to have somebody you trust bring it to you. And you guys have all seen them. There are square boxes. Usually they have some name on the outside. If you're going to ship one, you have to take a picture on the right hand side normally that has the number on the inside, not the outside, because you can always change the outside number. And that way you know it hasn't been fucked with. And
right. So, folks, imagine it's like we're talking like a trailer-sized box here. Creative Accidents in the chat says it's what they make tiny houses from. So, or picture like what you see on the flatbeds of trains as they come by. We're talking something that big, like
60
almost
foot.
Studio apartment size. 60 foot. There you go. Thanks.
8 by 8. 60 foot,
Okay.
8 by 8. Yeah. And that's what mine is. So that's why it has that little off-putting thing. So yeah, that's the maximum. You can get bigger ones, but you have to pay for it. It's all about space. Folks, you have to understand, you're paying for space on a ship. Unless you're going on a cruise or doing something stupid, you know. You're paying for space on that ship. For cargo. You can't put a
Right.
Well, I say you can't put a person in it. Trust me.
You're not supposed to.
People do that, and a lot of people die from that. So,
yeah, that's not a good practice.
Yeah. Anyways,
okay, cool.
Let's get
Thank
off
you.
That. Cool. And then I have box bag, and we're now at what Hesher was talking about earlier. Maxpedition. This is got two things, two straps, and that's my bigger box. It's gone, by the way, and that's what I take. It has my cross in it. With that cross, actually, those beads are for me to count off steps when I'm traversing. Under it is my med kit. Then that thing you see all the little patches on, that's a whole different bag. That thing where you see the straps going by, that is that's under a laundry bag that covers it because it's all Velcro. That is what I put my bare minimum sleeping ability. It's called a whoopee for us, but it's a poncho liner. That thing above it, that has all the electronics, like Hesher was talking about. It's made by what's the name of it? They make a lot of gear for guns. It'll come to me. Not worried about it. And then I have a smaller bag, and then because I get Duke Cannon grooming supplies, that little white green thing in the middle, that's actually a survival candle.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that is. And the thing on the right kind of looks white, but it's really tan. The squarish thing, that is a Write in the Rain notebook. Always carry a notebook. And there's other things underneath, but I can't remember what they were. If I had the box, I would have logged it in and been able to tell you everything.
All right, excellent.
Cool.
And let's see here. I think we've gone through all my packs, and it looks like you might have one more, right?
I don't know about that. I want to make sure. One sec. No. Okay.
Did we do your Maxpedition, your full loadout there? We're doing that one?
No, we're not doing that one. We're
all right.
I did my two. There. The only thing I think we have is two things, maybe. Hold on. Before we do that, because you did bring it up, the Kefaru.
Right.
I just brought that up, and my Spec Ops Pack, so people can see that's Safari version. You can go to Africa looking like that, and nobody will look at you sideways. That's on the right side.
That's the olive drab one?
No. It's probably going to have to catch up.
Okay.
It's brown with tan. Brown stripes with tan.
Gotcha.
And that one's larger than the E2, which is on the left-hand side. And the funny part about it is, in the inside, it's yellow. So at night, it's easier to find stuff. These are my favorite bags. The E2, I know where everything is just because I pack it. And here's the thing about Kefaru, is you can buy these little things. They cost more money, but they clip in these little clips inside, and they become pouches. And so all you got to do, even at night, is feel, okay, I went through the first pouch, second pouch, third pouch. Okay, this is what I need.
You know what else I've discovered, dude, is if you look through the that company Night Eyes, all their gear, they have these tiny little flashlights, LED flashlights that you can hang inside of your bag off of those little hooks where like you put your water bladder or other
Yep.
accessories or a molly strap, and you just it's like people use them on their dog collars too for like walking them at night, but it's just like this little rubberish bulb, and you just give it a press and it turns into this little like nightlight inside of your backpack. So if you have one that doesn't have a high vis inside, like an orange or a yellow or a white, you can get a night eyes, and it has a little like a carabiner clip on it, and you just clip it to the inside of your pack, and just punch that, and you have like a small little flashlight, like a little dome light built into your bag.
Exactly. You're exactly correct. And I'll tell you a couple things I tell people. Always look to a couple. I gave you and you guys, and I don't think it fit any of your cell phones, a complete Faraday cage. That's actually correct. It builds. It is what it is. If I would have taken that into Brazil, which my phone wouldn't have fit it, and none of my phones would have fit it. If I took that in there, I would never have gotten that warning from, what is it, the CDC, when I got back. Because it does block everything. And Ranger Up, which is nothing more than another company, they make it for passports. There's even a company that makes a whole briefcase where it's a Faraday cage.
Yeah, there's a number of good ones out there. I got one for my phone from that same company I think you're talking about. I noticed they have briefcases, they have sleeves, they have boxes, they have like all different sizes of stuff for different kind of gear.
Exactly, even credit cards.
Yeah.
And they also have lockpicking devices, i.e., you cannot use them in the U.S. Do not put them on your belt or do anything else with these things in the U.S. because then that's a whole different charge in every state. But if you're traveling overseas, they come in the form of a small credit card, and all of it's there. The thing is, you want to get other things that are metal. There's a magnesium credit card. You want all this metal around it so it obfuscates what you actually have, including fishing kits, all this stuff. You can find that at, I keep wanting to say Ranger Up. That's what they call their company, but it's not the name of it. I will post it on the Discord. I've shown that stuff earlier when we were doing the small stuff. So
Is that maybe ITS Tactical?
that's it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's exactly.
Yeah, that's another good place for IFAKs, individual first aid kits too,
Yep.
and just random stuff. Like that's a cool gear site. I like that place.
Exactly. So we're trying to help you, so you understand the legality and when you can use it. So that's important. Anyway, so I think we also have, let me find, I think there's one more thing we haven't touched on, and that, I believe, let me find it.
While you're looking for that, I'll just let everybody know we posted post a link. I'm sorry I'm not able to keep up with the web chat today. I'm just putting all this in the Discord chat because I've got too many windows open to flip back and forth. But there through ITS Tactical in our Discord chat, in the general chat. For now, we might move all this into the research room or the guns and gear room, but it's in general right now if anyone wants to check it out. Thanks for joining us for the live show, everybody. And this is Hesher and Kaiser doing another Gear Horse part. Duh, of course it's going to be backpacks, right?
Of course, baby. No, I just wanted to make sure. This is we've shown this before. It's the Maxpedition and also your bag. I'm mind dumping the name of it because I'm old.
Which one is it? Describe it to me so I know which one.
It's the olive one with the eagle coming down, shrieking.
Okay,
patch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my triple lot design.
That's
right
it.
there,
Triple lot design.
Yeah.
Yep. I was about to say triple, and I knew it wouldn't be right. Triple lot shotgun, but that doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, that's fine. So you see how a sling goes across your body in this picture. You can still sling it over your shoulder. And you see how small, it's almost the same size. It's got a little more width, height on the back. It's nothing different than if I were to throw, daggone it, where am I going to find it? Right there. On the left-hand side, you have an Hazard 4 bag. And Hazard 4 is like, it's a clamshell at the top for protecting your photography gear, whatever. But it's the same size. It's not gonna, unlike the Becker that's on the side. The Becker, depending on what you put underneath of it, will be the same size as your body if you have the right mass. This Hazard 4, and the same thing with his bag, guarantees you, if you're a skinny person, you'll be able to move and groove and be skinny. You just have a little more height on your back. It's almost like a turtle shell. Your thoughts, brother?
Oh yeah, for sure. I really like that. That's why I like the EDC Lightspeed, the 22 liter one from Triple Lot Design, because it doesn't stick out far on the sides, and I can pretty much fit everything I need inside of it. And I don't know, I like that slimline feel, and frankly, I rarely need more than 22 liters of space in the back, unless it's more than an overnight, but I could probably do a 3-day run with one of those light speeds. And it's great. I think that's the perfect size right there.
I agree with you. Now let's close this out because we had 3 specific requests on this, on clothing. I suggest, if you're not going to a hazardous environment, and I mean this, that's flammable, like what you're seeing in, what's that shit called? Seattle or Portland, okay?
Right, yeah, you're heading to Portland or the former Chaz.
Yeah. If you're not going there to a terrorist thing, just pack Under Armour underwear. That'll work all day, every day. If you go into that kind of area, here's why I'm saying this. I've been involved in EFPs and different attacks from explosives. First thing that will happen is your underwear will disappear off you if you're wearing Joe Box or whatever you wear. It doesn't melt to you because it's cotton. But this stuff, if you get hit by some 2,000 degrees for 2 seconds, you're going to burn through the damn what do you call it? The rubber seal. If it burns through that, you're going to have all your clothes on, but you're going to have either one or two things: melted clothes to you, i.e., Under Armour. You're gonna have no clothes under there. Your clothes will withstand it, by the way, but your underwear won't. It's weird. Don't know how to explain it. And
Okay, so Under Armour, yes, and cotton, no.
no. Under Armour will stick to you. It will burn into
Okay,
you.
so don't use that. Okay, because it's okay. Gotcha. So what do you use? What do you think about what about merino wool? I see a lot of companies making merino wool underwear now.
Yes, and it'll do the same thing as cotton.
Okay.
It'll melt. It doesn't melt. It burns away from you.
Gotcha.
But there are X3. I think 511 makes that. And then there's another company that was Dry Fire. And what happens is it does the same thing that oh shit, what was the name of that product that used to happen? Anyways, it just you can blow it off you. You'll have a sunburn, but that's what you'll have under your underwear. So that's kind of important to think about in these days.
Yes.
So let's not get serious about anything. We're trying to have fun, but keep your Jimmy healthy and your Julie.
That's right. Keep your Jimmy and Julie healthy. All right. Well, that's probably a good place to leave it, Kaiser. Thanks for the clothing hack there for terrorist zones. Everybody out there in former Chaz in Portland. Be sure and don't wear Under Armour. Get yourself some commando boxer briefs at Tad, maybe.
There you go, baby. Anyway, so I'm glad you had me on, Hesh. Thank you guys for having me on. This Kaiser Castle doing a mashup with ACR, Alternative Current Radio. And I always shout you guys out because you guys actually try to do the best job you can, and that's all we can ask for in these days. Nobody knows the truth. We have to deal with the real, and I think you guys do the best job of it. And with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by Kaiser's Castle. I'm going to slowly raise the drawbridge, and I'm going to tell you guys, as you get off my big orange couch, thank you guys for being here.
All right.
Shuff out.
Thanks, man. All right. That's Kaiser, Sword Point 9 right there. Doing a little bit of a gear whore part. Of course, it's going to be bags. This is Hesher for All Alternate Current Radio and the Boiler Room. Thank you for joining us. If you want to support Alternate Current Radio, you can find out how at alternatecurrentradio.com/donate. We got links to our Patreon and our swear jar via PayPal up there. We've also got a shop if you want to get some Social Rejects Club gear or a mug or whatever, or a face mask if you have to have one. We've got one. Will not keep you sick, will not keep you sick. Will not keep you safe from getting sick, just like any other cloth garment. Don't let anyone trick you. But hey, some people can't get their dog food and their groceries without one. So if you want to support Boiler Room and sport that Social Reject tag, you can do that in that way. And again, big thanks to Kaiser for being here today. He's back in the green room over there. And I'll see you back there in the green room if you're still on once I complete the cycles over here. So that's it for this podcast, everybody. Thanks for joining us out there in the show, in the web chat, and in the Discord chats. Folks are awesome. Big thanks to our patrons. and our swear jar donors, and everyone who listens and shares. Thank you so much. We'll see you for another live broadcast very soon here at Alternate Current Radio and in the boiler room.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.